Another one, vitamin A. That one there. That one is one that I think people find pretty interesting in terms of what it can do, not just in terms of health, in terms of, well, I guess it is in terms of health, but your skin. This is something I used to have very bad acne, or maybe not very bad acne, I had acne. And I had, acne on my face, I had it on my back, started to get on my arms and things like that. Something people don't realise, accutane, which a lot of people have taken, is basically very, very, very similar to vitamin A in terms of it's basically a synthetic version of vitamin A. If they add something in there, it's not much. But basically, the main ingredient is synthetic vitamin A. Now with this one, you can see 25,000 IU from fish liver oil. So you'll try to be sold vitamin A, which is a synthetic version. This is a more natural version, and you're not going to get as negative side effects if you want to take a high dose of this to try to fix your acne. Now, I don't recommend this. People might say, well, why don't they just sell vitamin A for acne? The reason they don't sell vitamin A for acne is because it's nowhere near as attractive and they can't charge as much for it. So they basically make a synthetic version of it and make it on prescription. Because you can't go and get Accutane over the counter, but you can go and get vitamin A over the counter. So, and taking the amount you need to take of vitamin A to have an effect like Accutane, you need to take a lot. Like, I went through this and it improved my acne. Like, it came back a bit. I mean, it didn't totally cure me like it does some people, but I took, how much did I take? I was taking, I think it was between about 200,000 and, yeah, I think it's a bit over 200,000 IU a day, which is a lot of vitamin A. You rarely get 25,000 IU. I don't think you even can in Australia, so I get that one from America as well. I was taking that every day for a couple of months. I did notice effects. My skin dried out, my lips were very dry. I felt like I had a bit of muscle ache and stuff like that. So it's not a something you take where you get no side effects from it. Every supplement you can take too much of it. But I wasn't going to do this for a super, super long time, and it was to fix my acne. And it helped a lot. I mean, especially on my face. My face is a big thing that changed. I still got a little bit of acne on my face here and there, and now I get very little, very, very little. So it definitely helped my skin because I've had horrible skin. I've got horrible genetics for skin. So yeah, I'm very happy I did that. As much as it wasn't as fun at the time, it definitely did help. And I kind of discontinued. I didn't go through the full thing because I didn't like the way it made me feel. With dry skin and all that kind of stuff, because I already used to get that. But yeah, it definitely did help. I recommend it to people to take at a low dose, and also immune help. It's something where you take it. I take it regularly. I take one 25,000 IU tablet a day, which is plenty. I think for women probably maybe even a little bit less, but I don't think 25,000 IU will hurt. If you're getting sick, if you feel like you're getting a flu, if you feel like you're getting a cold or anything like that, bump your dose up to about 100,000 IU for about 2 days, which is what I do anyway. You don't have to do this. I bump it up to about 100,000 IU for about 2 days. I take high dose echinacea, so if you get echinacea capsules, don't just take one twice a day or something like that. I take about 15, or about that. And then also my vitamin C as well. We can take other things as well, like horseradish and garlic and stuff like that. That all helps. So when even if I just feel like a little bit, sinusy or whatever, I'll just bang all that into me, and generally I don't get sick. If I do, it's because I'm being stupid and I just don't think about it. I think, oh no, I'm not getting sick, and then I'm crooked in bed I'm not in bed, but struggling to go to the gym and things like that. So there took my 2 supplements I'm going to review this week. I'm going to do more in the coming weeks. I'm going to do things like melatonin. I'm going to do things like, what else is there? I've got heaps of them. I take tons of supplements. So I take just those 2 in the morning with breakfast and 1 capsule each. Easy. I want to mention with RX Muscle, which obviously I work for people that don't know, with RX Muscle Australia. Well, actually I own RX Muscle Australia technically. We're actually going to be launching a new show probably before the new year. And I've only talked briefly about this with my co-host, or maybe she might even be the host, I'm not sure, in Amy Fox. It's going to be an RX Girl show. So it's going to be focused around the girl side of sport. We're going to be getting girls on to interview every week. Bikini girls, we're going to have figure girls, we're going to have, you know, girls maybe just in the industry in some shape or form. We're going to have, you know, IFBB pro girls. We're going to be getting maybe some international guests as well, maybe some very high profile names that compete in the Olympia, things like that. So that show's going to be massive. I know the girl side is getting more and more popular, and it'd be stupid of me to, I think, just to ignore that and just say, oh, you know, I don't want to do it or whatever. But I actually find it interesting. I mean, I actually enjoy looking at pictures and stuff like that of all these girls and assessing the physiques and things. So I'm going to enjoy that. And Amy Fox is awesome. I mean, she's so enthusiastic to do things with RX. It'd be, you know, it's hard for me to look elsewhere. There's a lot of girls that obviously could do it, I'm sure, and it also gives the girls an opportunity to get more exposure, because through Aussie Muscle Radio, which we run at the moment, which is through iTunes and rxmuscle.com.au, we focus more on the guys side of sport, because for me to look in all the guys contests and then look through all the girls stuff, and also get Scott to look through all the girls stuff or Mick to look through all the girls stuff, it's a lot of extra work. If you've got someone that, you know, obviously Amy's interested in all, she doesn't look through all of it, but if she just, you know, if that's her thing, you know, she's going to look through that. If I can look through it, that's part of my job, and that's part of my job to do that, then it's going to be a lot easier. So we're going to cover contests, we're going to talk about, you know, different things that, you know, just there's so many things on the girls' side of the sport, you know what I mean, that we can kind of touch on, and we can get different people on. We might get like suit makers, we might get, you know, makeup artists and things like that to give tips on there. There's going to be a lot of things we can dive into on there, and it might not be as long as Aussie Muscle Radio to start with. You know, it might just be an hour show. But that's going to be up through iTunes. We haven't decided on a name yet. If you have any name suggestions for our RX Muscle Girl show, let us know. We want something that's kind of marketable, something that we can put on iTunes and girls won't go, oh no, it's a bodybuilding, it's a female bodybuilding thing. I want something that will appeal to people that's in the industry, obviously, because that's going to be a main focus, but we're going to have other topics as well, so people that don't compete will still listen to it, and maybe that will lead them to competing. Maybe we'll get, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 girls that will never compete in the Australian bodybuilding scene, which is something that I love, something that I want to support, and something I want to see grow into the future. So guys, make sure you jump on rxmuscle.com.au and check out all the stuff we've got going on there. We had a great show this week just gone. We actually did have a girl on this week. We had Brooke Dunlop, who was the ex of IFBB Pro League Priest, so make sure you check out that interview. We talk a little bit about that, so it's pretty interesting. You can go on iTunes, just type in Aussie Muscle Radio, or you can go on rxmuscle.com.au and check it out. But that's it for blog number 3. I'll be back next week. I'll make sure I get some footage in there. I get the blog up basically, because I didn't get it up last week and I feel bad about that. But guys, make sure you go out there. You follow me on Facebook. Just type in Xavier Wills, search me on there. You can either follow me. I think it's called follow. You can click follow on there, or you can friend me on there. I'll accept you. I've only got about 2,000 friends, so I've got about 3,000 I can add still. Instagram at Xavier RX Muscle, just at Xavier RX Muscle. YouTube. This is probably where you're watching it. You might be watching it on the website. Go out there, subscribe to me on YouTube. I want to get my subscribers up a bit, and so you guys can just, you know, you'll just come up on your YouTube front page. So it's youtube.com/Xavier A Wills. So don't forget the A, you love Xavier and Wills there. Also, if you have any business opportunities, want to sponsor me, want to sponsor this blog, support me in any way, or you know, you've got anything on your mind that you think, you know, I might be interested in, just email me, xavierwills@rxmuscle.com.au. That's XAVIERWILLS@rxmuscle.com.au. And guys, that's it for blog number 3. Make sure you tune in for blog number 4.